Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today we have some amazing news regarding Miraculous Ladybug. But before we get into that news, I just want to give some updates about kind of what happened as far as the Animaestro and the Bakerix episodes, because I made a video yesterday talking about how there was a good chance that those weren't real because we didn't have a source, but those have actually been confirmed to be real from Miraculous World Network on Twitter, so I have taken down that video because that video put out a vibe that pretty much said that it most likely wasn't real and that it just don't believe it. But those two episodes are confirmed, we just don't know when. Those dates that were on Google, don't trust them. Those are just, thrown out dates, I guess. But the episodes themselves are actually confirmed, so those titles will be occurring in season 3. We have just been confirmed this today, so I didn't have anything to go off of when I was making that video. That's why I had suggested that you guys don't believe anything that we know yet, because we didn't have any sources to go off of. We just had what it said on Google, which oftentimes Google is inaccurate. So that's why I wanted sources, and that's why I made that video yesterday. But since that video was mostly inaccurate, I went ahead and just took it down. So I apologize for any inconvenience or for any confusion that I may have caused. But we now know that everything is good to go as far as Animaestro and Bakerix. Those two episodes are confirmed. Just, again, not the dates and also the order from what we see them. That's obviously not correct because today we have confirmed the second episode of Season 3. So that's kind of where we're at right now. One more thing I just want to mention is if you guys know that channel that was posting the videos, at least about the Thomas tweets, or even just about the Animaestro or Bakerix, I still wouldn't recommend them for news just because they got lucky this time and those two episodes were actual real episodes. They didn't have anything saying that, oh, the episodes themselves might not be real, and that's not good. They should have put a warning in that video saying that we don't have good sources for these, so these might not actually be real. They didn't put any of that. So I still wouldn't recommend them for news. If I make a video on news and it's inaccurate, then I will update you guys either with a video or a community post, and I will take down the video if it's false or just things like that. So I still wouldn't recommend that channel for news related videos just because they have proven to not be very accurate, but that's just where we're standing right now. So getting on to the awesome news of today's video, we have actually been pretty busy, or at least like yesterday and today with all this new news and stuff like that. It's pretty exciting, so let's go ahead and dive right into this video. So I don't know if you guys remember, maybe it was about a week ago, we saw a new clip that was shown at a panel, and basically it was of Marinette saying that she was in love with Cat Noir, which obviously everybody was freaking out and like, oh my gosh, it's super cool because the ship is doing this and all that good stuff. But we now have a confirmed date, or at least for now, it could change, but we have a confirmed date and a confirmed title and a confirmed synopsis, which actually is further extended from what we saw from the clip. So that's super cool. So Miraculous World Network tweeted out, great news for French dub fans and those anxious for new episodes. According to RTS2, they'll have Chameleon available on their site to watch from December 22nd to 29th. We've already seen that. And the brand new episode Papagaru / Weredad from December 30th to January 6th. So we will be able to see this new episode, I'm just going to call it Weredad, from December 30th to January 6th. Now, I don't exactly know if that means it's going to be airing from, like, any time between December 30th and January 6th, like, as far as it's starting to air on December 30th, or if that means it will air any time between December 30th and January 6th, we just don't know when. So, as far as right now, I would gauge it between, it'll appear at the very earliest December 30th, which is really cool. So here's the synopsis for this episode. When Cat Noir fails to understand that Marinette is Ladybug, Marinette panics and makes him believe that she is in love with him to distract him, but her parents hear her, and Tom, absolutely thrilled, invites Cat Noir to have breakfast with them. However, when the superhero tells them that he is not in love with Marinette, Tom, heartbroken, gets akumatized by Hawkmoth. Now as Weredad, a monstrous guardian dog man, he locks up Marinette in a prison of brambles to protect her from the outside world and heartbreak. Separated from Tiki, Marinette can't transform. Will Cat Noir be able to make Weredad see reason? And will Marinette find Tiki in time to stop her father? Now, this is super interesting because the very last couple sentences is really where we didn't know anything, and just especially just the way it's presented, meaning that we will have a very juicy episode. So let's start out with the stuff that we didn't know, because if you guys want more info on this, or at least as far as the clip goes, you can go watch the video that I made on it a couple weeks ago. Link will be down in the description. Pretty much we now know that Tom will be the monstrous guardian dog man, otherwise known as Weredad. So that's interesting. We didn't know who would be akumatized in this episode. My guess would have been Tom anyway, but I mean, we now have that confirmed. Another thing that's really interesting is that Marinette is trapped and without Tiki. So that means that Marinette won't be able to transform into Ladybug. So here's a couple things on what I think is going to happen. My guess is that Tom is going to be watching over Marinette because he's trying to protect her and things like that. So Marinette's just going to be out of the picture. She's not going to be involved very much as far as the fighting goes in this episode, except for maybe at the very end. But what I think is going to happen is Tiki is actually going to help Cat Noir. Now, I actually have two ideas on how this episode will play out, so this is just the first idea. So Tiki helping Cat Noir, like we saw Plague helping out Marinette, that's like the whole reason why I think this is plausible, is because, remember Style Queen, Plague helped out Ladybug as far as, you know, kind of like breaking the Eiffel Tower. So that's why I think this is a good idea and it's possible, and I think that would be super cool. Now, what will Tiki do? Well, she'll either create her own Lucky Charm, or Tiki will take Cat Noir to Master Fu, which I think would be super cool. Now, my other idea on this is Tiki just won't be involved, but I think that's highly unlikely, because I specifically said is separated from Tiki. That makes me believe that Tiki will have some part in this episode. Maybe not, I don't know, but I think it's a good idea if they put Tiki in it. But the other part is, will Cat Noir be able to make Weredad see reason, which is very interesting. This means that Cat Noir is unable to stop him because he's just not powerful enough. He needs Ladybug. So he's at his last resort of trying to reason with Weredad, which is very interesting because we might see him reveal his love for Ladybug, or he might come to a realization that Marinette is Ladybug or something like that. I don't actually think that he will realize that Marinette is Ladybug, but I think that's super cool. The last sentence is, and will Marinette find Tiki in time to stop her father? Which means that there is a time limit for something. This might be something as far as akumatizations, like if they don't unakumatize the person, they will permanently become what they were transformed into. I don't know if that's what it's going to be, or if it's because it's a werewolf and by the end of the day something happens. I don't know too much about werewolves, but I feel like there's something there as far as the moon, which is also another possibility. And this is also, will Marinette find Tiki in time to stop her father? So this might mean that Marinette escapes somehow, or Cat Noir sets her free, and maybe, going back to the first sentence, maybe Cat Noir actually does trap Weredad and is trying to talk him out of it, or something like that. I don't exactly know. I have a couple of different ideas on how this will play out, which I kind of explained. But what do you guys think is going to happen in this episode? Because just from this one little paragraph, we learned so much, and it could be such a juicy episode. Because what if you don't unakumatize a villain within a certain amount of time, what if they actually stay that villain for a longer amount of time? I think that would be super cool, and it puts this whole nother element of, if they don't unakumatize these people within a certain amount of time, they will forever be that way, which it could not be that way. It might just be a werewolf thing, but I think it would be super cool to learn more about this whole akumatization thing, because season 3 I'm anticipating is going to be the season where everything really starts to pick up, because season 2 is a good entryway point. I feel like they could have just dropped all of season 1 and started at season 2, and that would have been a pretty strong season 1, because season 1 as far as plot related things was fairly weak. So season 3, I feel like, is going to be the season where we start learning a lot of information, and just everything is going to start turning from, just your average friendly kids show that has a formula that it follows, to maybe something way more intense, and hopefully that'll happen. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this news video, you can leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. To stay updated on all the news, I just recommend subscribing. Again, I really haven't seen any other YouTubers give as accurate information as I do. That's not to be boastful or anything, that's just the truth. I haven't found any other Miraculous channels that only post the truth, or at least opinions that are the most accurate as far as yesterday's video is concerned. But anyway, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
But hopefully one day.
Cat, not now!